Hey everybody, this is Kevin coming to you from the edge of a field today. Still a little breezy, doing this on Saturday morning, so it's a little cooler but still windy. And I was going to go out in the field, but I think the wind's going to be too much for me to be able to get good audio. So using my truck as a little bit of a wind block, so I can discuss what I want to talk about today. So today I really wanted to talk about herbicides and our pre's and kind of what I'm seeing out in the field right now. Um, so as we start thinking about herbicides and what we've done over the last month or so, the early planted fields, we really need to be out and scouting those right now, because what I've seen in the couple of fields I've been in, we're starting to see some weed escapes. Our pre's, with the lack of rain that we've had over the last 2 to 3 to 4 weeks in some areas, our pre's have really struggled to activate, and we're really starting to see some flushes of water hemp come out. So really over this next week, we really need to start getting out and looking at some of those fields, some of those really planted corn and soybeans. And really we might need to start thinking about pushing up our herbicide applications for post to help take care of that water hemp that's starting to emerge. So it's not really what we want to hear. We'd really like to see our pre's get some good rain to get activated early in the season, so we can get that good 4 to 6 weeks of coverage with those pre's before we have to worry about our posts. But really, some of our earlier planted fields, those ones before Easter, they're sitting at a month out anyway from planting, so it's really time to start evaluating those anyway. And really, as we start thinking about those fields being in at least a month, I get really concerned about us falling behind if we don't get out there maybe a touch earlier than we would really want to. In a year of dry where some of our pre's aren't being activated, if we fall behind now, we're really going to struggle to get ahead of some of this water hemp that's out there. I'm even more concerned about the soybean side, because I know as you start thinking about it, we're very limited right now on what we could use for post and still get decent control of water hemp. We got to use multiple modes of action out there, whether it's a 2,4-D application with our E3 tied with Liberty and or Roundup, and in Extend Flex beans, really need to look at that, trying to put something like Warrant with Roundup and or Liberty to try to get our first post pass. As you start thinking about the Extend Flex post pass, make sure you're using the right products. Make sure you get some Warrant in with that next pass with some Roundup, to make sure you're setting yourselves up for the respray program that we have available on Extend Flex. That way, if you do have to come by with a third pass of straight Liberty and Roundup later, the company will help cover up to $20 an acre for you. So just wanted to make sure you guys were reminded about that spray guarantee with the Extend Flex soybeans. Other things I've been doing over this past week, a lot of replant decisions, walking a lot of fields. A lot of what I've seen have been borderline to okay, so I don't think I've recommended we replant a bunch of fields, but there are a few that were in the lower ends of what we want for populations out there, and that there is some replants going on. Hopefully the rain that they're talking about Monday, Tuesday truly happens, and we'll help get some of these other beans and corn that are fighting their way through to come up out of the ground. I think really the crust challenges we're having are really due to more of the hot heat than we've had than the rain, maybe a combination of both. And really by the end of the week, I was really happy to see how little replant that I was truly seeing across the areas, and really happy to see how good some of the fields really do look. Going into Monday and hearing all the conversations going on from other agronomists, I was expecting more replants, but really a lot of the area, whether you're north, south, east, or west, either you picked up a little rain this last week that's made it better on the crust, or we had enough up that if we get another rain, we'll be doing really well. So overall, I think that's all I wanted to talk about this week. As always, if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll be glad to come and help talk and walk with you guys in fields or with your customers. So have a great week. If you need anything, let me know.